Hello, my dear boys. How are you all? I'm expecting that you all are well by the grace of Almighty. You will be pleased to know that I am very happy with your performance. You are listening to me and it encourages me to teach you more effectively. So, boys, today we are going to learn present perfect continuous tense as we finished present perfect tense in our last lecture. Okay? I have prepared the lesson for all of you. So you have to take out your pen and copy and let's go for the lesson. Okay. Here I have written the topics. The topics are definition, uses, formation and exercise. We will learn one by one. Okay. Here is the definition. The definition is present perfect continuous tense is a tense which is used to show that an action started in the past and has continued up to the present moment. So what is the difference between present perfect tense and present perfect continuous tense? In present perfect tense, you started a work in the past and you have finished it in the present. And in present perfect continuous tense, you started the work in the past and you are still now doing that work. So this is a continuing action that you started in the past and you are continuing till now. Okay. Here I have written the uses of present perfect tense. By reading them, or you are going to learn it very well. Okay. Something started in the past and has continued up until now. For 5 minutes, for 2 weeks, and since Tuesday are all duration which can be used with the present perfect continuous tense. So when you are going to use present perfect tense, you can use for 5 minutes, for 2 weeks, and since Tuesday. Boys, when you are mentioning any name of the month or day, you have to write since. And when you are right about the amount of time, you have to write for. That means for 5 minutes, for 2 weeks. Okay. Then all of them are the duration which can be used with the present perfect tense. Okay. Now we are going for the example. The examples are, first one, they have been talking for the last hour. So they started talking in the past and they are talking till now. This is present perfect continuous tense. Number 2, she has been teaching here for 10 years. So 10 years ago he started teaching and she is still now teaching. That's why we are going to use here present perfect tense. Okay. Then number 3, it has been raining since morning. So the rain started in the morning and it is raining still now. So the work started in the past and continuing till now is going for the present perfect continuous tense. Then number 4, what have you been doing for the last 30 minutes? This is an interrogative sentence, and in interrogative sentence you can also use present perfect continuous tense. So if you started any work before and you are doing it till now, if you want to ask any question regarding in that topic, you are going to use present perfect continuous tense. So if you want to ask someone like that, what have you been doing for the last 30 minutes, you are going to use present perfect continuous tense. Then I have written in question number 5, we have been waiting here for over I have written here years. It will not be years. Actually, it will be hours. Okay. We have been waiting here for over 2 hours. Hours means ghonta. Okay. So you are waiting for someone for 2 hours. That means you started waiting 2 hours ago and you are still now waiting. In that case, you have to use present perfect continuous tense. Okay. Boys, now you can see that I have corrected it. We have been waiting here for over 2 hours. Okay, it will be hours. Then we will go for the next use. Here you can see that you can also use the present perfect continuous tense without a duration such as for 2 weeks or since Tuesday. That means without using the duration of the time, you can also use the present perfect continuous tense. Without a duration, this tense has a moral general meaning of lately. We often use the words lately or recently to emphasize this meaning. Boys, lately means recently or not long ago. Okay, so the examples are, recently I have been feeling very tired. So you can see that here is no mention of time. Okay, just I have written recently. So if you are feeling something recently, for a long time, for a long moment, or you are doing something lately, so you can use also present perfect continuous tense. Then the question number 2 is, example 2 is, have you been exercising lately? Lately means also recently. So here is no indication of the duration of time. So in this case also you can use present perfect continuous tense. If you are doing something lately or recently for a long time, you have to use present perfect continuous tense. Okay. Then number 3, Mary has been feeling a little depressed. Here you can see that I have not written here lately or recently. You have to understand it by reading the meaning of the sentence. Okay, Mary has been feeling a little depressed. That means Mary has been feeling a little depressed recently. So this is a recent action also. That's why we are going to use present perfect continuous tense, because she has been feeling a little depressed for a long time, not for a short moment. Okay, then number 4, she has been watching too much television lately. Then number 5, what have you been doing? Here I have not written lately also or recently also. You have to guess it by reading the meaning of the sentence. Okay. Then, so boys, you can see that there are 2 kinds of uses of present perfect continuous tense. In one kind you will have duration of time, and in another kind you will have not the duration of time. There can be the action of recently or lately, and you have to identify the meaning by reading the sentence. Okay. Then we'll go for how to form. This is very important for you, and you have to memorize the structure of all of the sentences. Okay, here first of all I have started with affirmative sentence. In affirmative sentence, the structure is like subject plus have or has plus been plus verb plus ing plus object. Okay, so what is the difference between present perfect tense and present perfect continuous tense? Normally we use subject plus have or has plus past participle form of the verb plus object. Okay, but here as the action is continuing, that's why we have used this structure. So in this structure you have to use been after have or has, and after been you have to write verb with ing. Okay. Then the object. Here the example is, first one, they have been buying clothes for 3 hours. So they started buying clothes in the past, and they are still now buying the clothes. That means they are wasting 3 hours for buying the clothes. That's why I have used here present perfect continuous tense. So the structure, you can match it with the structure. Here subject, and according to the subject I have written here have, then been, then verb plus ing, then the object of the sentence. Okay. Then question example number 2, it has been raining since morning. So boys, you can see that this is subject, and according to the subject I have written here has, then been, then verb with ing, then object. Then question example 3, I have written I have been reading for 2 hours. I is the subject here, then I have written have according to the subject, then been, then verb plus ing, then the object. Okay. Here boys, you can see that conjugating the present perfect continuous tense, that means attaching. I have just attached here the present perfect continuous tense in affirmative form so that you can find it very easily. Okay, you can write like this. The example, first one is I have been waiting. So have sits with I. Okay, then you have been waiting. Here have also sits with you, as you is the second person. Then he or she has been waiting. As he or she is third person, I have written here has. Then we, third person plural number, I have written here have. Then they, third person plural number, I have written here have. Okay, and after been I have written verb with ing. Okay, so this is very simple. You have to learn the structure of the sentence. Okay, then we'll go for the next sentence, that is negative sentence. Then in negative sentence you can see that the structure is subject plus have or has plus not plus been plus verb plus ing plus object. So the difference is only not. Okay, if the sentence is negative, you have to bring here not. The examples are: Jenny has not been eating much fruit and veg lately. Number 2, we have not been watching cartoons. Number 3, it has not been raining since Monday. So these are negative sentence, and in negative sentence you have to follow this structure. You have to learn it, boys. Without learning it, you can't apply it in a sentence. Okay, so here Jenny is the subject. Then according to the subject you have to write has. Then according to the structure you have to write not, as it is a negative sentence. Then been, then verb plus ing, then the object. Okay, now here I have also attached the examples for you so that you can understand where you will use have and where you will use has. So with I and you are going to use have. With he and she you are going to use has, and with we and they you are going to use have. Okay, and after not and been you have to use the verb with the ing. Okay, then the next sentence is interrogative sentence. Here you have to bring have or has at the beginning of the sentence, then the subject, then been, then verb plus ing, then object. So examples are: have you been feeding the dog? So have is here because of you. Then been according to the structure, then feeding verb plus ing, then the object the dog. Okay, then has she been watching the movie for 3 hours? So as the subject is she, here you have to write has. Then in the third one I have written have they been playing for 2 hours? So as the subject is they, you have to write here have. Have they been playing for 2 hours? So boys, I'm again saying you are going to use present perfect continuous tense when you started a work in the past and you are continuing the work still now. You have not finished the work, you are doing the work still now. In that case you have to use present perfect continuous tense, and present perfect continuous tense are going to be used in affirmative sentence, negative sentence, and also in interrogative sentence. Okay, here I have also attached the examples for you. Here, have I been waiting? Have you been waiting? Has he or she been waiting? Then have we been waiting? Then have they been waiting? According to the subject, you have to use have or has at the beginning of the sentence. Then been, then verb plus ing. Boys, you know that when we are going to do any continuous form, you always have to use verb plus ing. This is very simple. You just have to add ing with the verb. Okay, so we are going for the next one, that is your exercise. Okay, this is exercise 1. After reading the formation, you are going to do this exercise. I am going to discuss only on these 5. Okay, after in my next class I'll go in details for the exercise. Okay, today as I have taught you a lots of things, you have to memorize all of them. That's why we are going to practice little. Okay, here is exercise 1. In number 1, I have written, fill in the gaps with the right form of present perfect continuous tense. So you have to know the structure of the sentence, then you can easily do it. We know that Jane has been studying. We know when we are going to write present perfect continuous tense, we have to use verb with ing. So you are simply going to do what? You are simply going to add ing with the verb. Okay, Jane has been studying for her exam. Then I have been wait. You are sorry, here is another mistake. Wait. Boys, this sentence will be, I have been waiting for you for 2 hours. Okay, so we know that when there is subject, then have or has, then been, then the verb will automatically end with the ing. Okay, so I have been waiting for you for 2 hours. Then number C, my mom is pleased that I have been do my homework. So as there is I have been, we have to use ing with the verb, as this is present perfect continuous tense. Okay, then they have been playing for 2 hours. He has been drink too much lately. So you are going to write here, he has been drinking too much lately. Then Jane has been dancing for 1 hour. So all of them are in present perfect continuous form. In the exam you will have question like that, you may have. So in that case you just have to write the verb with the ing, as the sentences are in the present perfect continuous form. Okay, so boys, this is all for today. In my next lecture I will discuss deeply on exercises. Okay, till then your homework is, you have to learn what I have taught today, and you have to understand what is the meaning of every sentences, what is the definition, what is the uses, and where can you use, and also the formations. Okay, so after memorizing or learning them, we will go for the exercises. Okay, so practice this exercise at home, and I am going to see you on my next class on and more exercises. Okay, till then, goodbye boys, and take care.